Grand prize is a 30-bag jerky sample pack, $225 value, while second place is a 15-bag sample pack, while third place is a Be Mine jerky box. Perfect for Valentine's Day. Order now at smokinggunjerky.com, and if you enter promo code EARLY, you'll not only get 10% off your order, but also be entered twice for the drawing. It's the Jerky Bowl at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretacxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
I used to smoke. I thought of cigarettes as my best friend.
They were always there for me when I needed a break.
I also thought cigarettes were my best friend, and then they gave me peripheral artery disease.
I smoked and had a stroke. Actually, multiple strokes.
I smoked and have heart disease.
Here's my tip. If cigarettes are your friend, you need a better friend.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
February is American Heart Month, and with heart disease as the #1 leading cause of death in Nebraska, now is the best time to start thinking about your health. Maintaining a healthy blood pressure is one of the best ways to avoid heart disease, and the blood pressure screening is fast, easy, and can be free. The best way to get screened is at your yearly wellness visit with your doctor. For more information and ways to get a blood pressure screening, search Chronic Disease Nebraska. Paid for by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio. From the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Spare Time, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here are your hosts, Jillian Martin and Kayla Starr.
All right, welcome into Spare Time. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. As always, you guys can join in 402-464-5685. It is the Starter Heyman text line. As always, we got Jillian Martin, Kayla Starr. To my left, a couple of Husker bowlers. You guys can always join in through the streams or 402-464-5685. That is that Starter Heyman text line. Jillian and Kayla, how's it going on a Monday night?
Not too bad. Yeah, it's colder than it has been though, so I'm not too thrilled about that.
It is. I got duped by the weather today. I thought it was going to be nice out. It was really windy. Threw me off.
Maybe it'll magically get warm again. Hopefully, we'll be living.
I think it's supposed to get like 30s, and then we're back into the 40s. So I don't know. I'm gonna knock on wood. February's been oddly nice, but outside of the weather, how's bowling going right now?
Pretty good. Got not a week off, but a week off from travel. So that was kind of nice to be able to kind of regroup, reset going into it. 3 tournaments coming up here on the next 3 weekends. So nice to have a week off from all the stuff. But yeah.
Do you guys get pretty worn out? Not just like physically, but mentally when you're doing like weekend after weekend?
I mean,
before that, because all I want to say is to preface the question a little bit, because you talked about 3 a.m. bus rides to some of those tournaments. So I'd imagine school, practice, workouts, tournaments, does it ever like kind of add up to where you just desperately need a weekend where you're not traveling?
I get really worn out with school. Like, I know that about myself because my class schedule is just kind of crazy. But like the other thing is too, like, and not a lot of people know this, but because we travel like Thursday to Sunday, when we are scheduling our classes, at least like because I'm in a lot of science classes, they ask us to not put labs on like Thursday to Sunday. So we basically have to stack all our classes in the first part of the week. But when you're traveling back to back to back, then you don't ever get to enjoy like the end of the week. So it's just like go to school, like crazy school, and then crazy travel, crazy school. And so I feel like over time.
So just like no days off.
Yeah.
Kind of runs.
Yeah. And then same thing too. It's like, oh, we get back and then we don't get back to campus till like 2 in the morning. So then we're not home till like 2:30. And then you have at 8:30 the next morning. So realistically, you're probably not going to sleep till 3:30. You don't get home till 2:30. And so you're just running off of no sleep, just trying to get through the day. We at least have practice off for one day, but I just think over time it wears.
Yeah, and you're a double major too, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we talked about that. How you're is it Tuesdays? Is tomorrow the tough one?
Yeah, tomorrow's the tough one.
Good luck. I always appreciate you doing the show nonetheless, considering what
Yeah.
that Tuesday grind looks like. Kayla, what about you? Bouncing the school and bowling and the travels. I know freshman year you're not taking a ton of classes, but has it been like a challenge just to kind of figure out?
Definitely not as bad as what Jillian has to go through, but it's still kind of like what she talked about. Like, I know Haley and I both don't have classes on Fridays, but we don't get to enjoy like the Friday off because we're traveling. So it's like you don't actually really get to see the benefit of it because we're always gone.
And then when you guys travel, is it pretty much by bus every time? Do you ever get to fly out?
No, we fly all the time. We only bus twice. So we
Oh,
bus.
that's right. I'm mixing up. I know you guys took the private jet one time.
Yeah, we bus to Illinois for the tournament that we're going to be bowling this weekend. So that's one of our bus trips. And then we bus to Kenosha, Wisconsin for our tournament that we bowl in the fall semester. So once a semester.
Yeah, I guess I always forget. Like you guys travel far for bowling.
Yeah.
And I've been through this gripe before. I don't know if I've ever brought it up to you guys, but did I ever talk to you about the Big Ten conference and it having a bowling conference?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I think it would be nice. It's one of those things that I don't know. I guess I don't see the downside, but I'm also not the logistical coordinator for the Big Ten. So
I think there'd be some money in it though.
I think there would be too.
Because the ratings were good when they put it on Big Ten last time. It beat out even some sports.
And I just think it would be a nice thing. It would help progress bowling as well. So like I don't think obviously that benefits us and just more options school wise because really, I mean, we probably have the most resources here out of like almost any other school on the bowling side of things. And it's really between us and Vandy for who has a lot of resources. And so kind of with that, I think that the Big Ten, it would just really help expand the sport. I think more people would get into it and want to bowl because they'd have more opportunity. Yeah, it'd be nice.
There's a lot of good Midwest bowlers, feels like.
Yeah.
Then you go to Wisconsin. Like I feel like I've met just through the few shows, like you get an idea of like where a lot of these athletes come from. You're gonna have your occasional outsiders, but yeah, I always just wonder like why the Big Ten doesn't push for that more. There's like even like a thing that you see that could be a real possibility when it comes to bowling. Like what is the ceiling of bowling at the college level for you guys? As far as like how big can this thing get?
I don't know. I don't think it would be like multiple conference. Like, well, obviously we have multiple conferences now, but like,
But how
I don't
many
think
conferences are there for bowling?
there's a lot, but they're not necessarily like big real conferences. Like
Okay.
Conference USA is like a real conference and is bowling, but like there's a bunch of like bowling conferences, so like the GLVC and like other stuff like that. That's like the Great Lakes. I don't know what the VRC is, but yeah. So I think that realistically, I think that it definitely could grow within the Big Ten, but like same thing too, because a lot of those Big Ten schools already have club teams like formed, so they would really just need to kind of progress that.
What about a conference? Has Nebraska ever thought about a conference? Has a conference ever that you guys are aware of came to Nebraska? Is there one like nearby that would bring Nebraska in as a conference team? Or how does that work when you are a Big Ten school, but your bowling program is unidentified with any conference? Would Nebraska bowling be able to hop into a conference?
Yeah, I think we could if we really wanted to. I think that we would want to hop into a conference that's kind of affiliated with other sports as well if it did happen. So we'll see if it does at any point. But I think it's something that could possibly happen. Preferably, though, it would be nice to have a Big Ten conference.
Yeah, that's like
So,
obviously the best one.
yeah.
And I would think like probably what is Vandy in a conference?
They're in Conference USA now.
In this Conference USA, out of all the because obviously Nebraska's not in
It's
one.
the biggest conference.
The
Yeah.
best and the biggest, or just the biggest?
The best. I think it's the biggest too. Might not be though. Definitely the
I know
best.
there's like at least 10.
Like
10 or 12
Vanderbilt,
teams.
Jacksonville State,
Youngstown.
Louisiana Tech, Youngstown, Wichita
Okay.
State, Arkansas State.
Is SFA in?
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like all the big teams are in Conference USA. So
And just about 10 teams you said in there.
I think so.
okay, I don't know enough to know.
How big do those conferences get? You said that some of them are huge.
I'm not sure. I know they can like if someone requests to get in. Like for example, if we requested, like they could deny us. So like I don't know how big they want to let it get or how big it will get because I know that they basically have discretion.
Huh. I'm always interested in that. Like the conference world of bowling, I'm always intrigued. Does that change a lot? Do you see teams hopping in, or has it been like the bowling landscape? Has it been like pretty consistent? Because it is weird when you look at college sports, like with the Pac-12 joining the Big Ten, is bowling just totally staying intact as far as you guys know?
Well, no, because Conference USA actually just started when Jacksonville State became a program.
Oh, okay.
So that was last year, and so like Vandy and Louisiana Tech, I think like SFA too, they were all in what was like the Southland Bowling Conference.
Mhm.
So like the SBC, and so they all jumped to
Conference USA.
Conference USA when that happened, and now the Southland Bowling Conference is no longer because we have a real conference. So
Okay, very cool. Do you guys like not being in a conference? Obviously, it's harder for postseason, but like, does it ever bother you that much that you're not in like a Conference USA or whatever?
almost nice to not have that conference championship right before postseason because it's one less weekend to travel.
Yeah, and you guys get that month to really work.
Yeah. And I mean, like, barring, we want to bowl well so that we can be in the top 4 seeds. But at the same time, like, if we went and bowled in, like, Conference USA, for example, like, we could lose that tournament and still have to get in the NCAA tournament anyway. And the Conference USA has so many good teams that realistically, it's not a crapshoot if you're going to win, but it's like a regular, like, week to week thing. Like, are we going to win? Are we going to match up well?
Yeah.
So I think that it could be nice, like, if we were in a conference and we were, like, the best team and, like, we were automatically gonna get a bid to national championship and not have to worry about it, yeah. But I think we're already good enough as is, and we don't really have to worry about it anyway. So, as long as we bowl our best, but yeah.
How does that last month usually go for you guys? Like, and Kayla, what are you expecting? I'll start with you. What are you expecting for that last month? And we'll hear from Jillian, the veteran who's been, where it's just constant practice. You're not, going to any meets or getting ready for regionals.
Yeah, I mean, I think you said it. Just a lot of practice, a lot of shots. Definitely, probably more emphasis on spare shooting, but also making sure our physical game's intact and making sure that basically we're just going to be able to go out there and make our best shots and make good moves.
And then Jillian, what's it feel like that month where I imagine, I don't know, it depends on the person, but like nerves, you're getting to regionals, you want to make sure everything's in check. You're just practicing. What's kind of the mindset?
Yeah, so definitely kind of a regroup and reset on the physical game. With us basically bowling, 5 out of the 6 weeks before we get that month break of just straight traveling. Not necessarily a lot of time to work on the physical game because you don't want to make those changes before you get on the road. So we can kind of get back to the basics and just make sure we build that foundation back. I also know in previous years we've taken a lot of stats from the entire season and basically been like, okay, compared to other teams, like where are we struggling? Where do we need to pick up slack?
Right.
And so just kind of looking at that and making sure we're putting proper work into that before we go to regionals so that we can kind of get back on track for what we're trying to do. And so I think really just combining those two things, spares will probably be a big one. I know that even now looking at the data, like we could definitely be better spare wise. But all our other categories are a lot better than they have been in past years. So it all evens out. But yeah, just really getting back to that, getting that repetition in. And then another thing we tend to do is, like Coach Level will usually sit down and ask us in our group setting what we think we need. But like the past few years, it typically comes up like putting pressure situations on the line just so we can get work in those. Because I don't know, I'm one of those people who doesn't mind not competing for like 4 weeks and then going straight to like a really big tournament. But I think that sometimes it can be hard if you don't have other simulations of pressure because then you're going from nothing to like a lot all at once. So yeah.
You get nerves like that last week heading into regionals, or are you at the point where you're calm enough heading into it and you're just gonna let the chips fall?
It depends. I mean, I think that there's always, at least for me, I wouldn't say necessarily before I leave. I'm also usually pretty jammed with school, so it's like school, and then like once I'm done with school, it's like okay, now I'm like flipping the mindset.
Right.
Once I'm there, I think there's definitely nerves, but I think that, and I think that like a lot of athletes and stuff talk about it too. There's definitely a good, I think it's like a bell curve of like what you actually want like your stress levels to be at because a little bit of stress is a good thing. It means you care and it's priming you for performance. So I don't think it's bad.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always I've talked to, guys like Chance of Brewington when talking about like before kickoff and like the mindset of it. They even talk about like at home sometimes. You guys seen the tunnel walk, I'm sure. Like the amount of hype, the
Mhm.
players get really fired up. Like they almost got to teach themselves to calm themselves down.
Yeah.
So they remember to execute and not just fly around and run with emotion. So I'm always curious about that. You do got Lockport, Illinois coming up. You guys been to that bowling alley before?
Mhm.
Kayla?
Yeah, I bowled there a couple years ago when I was younger.
Okay. What's this bowling alley like? And is it one of the quote unquote better ones out there?
I'd say it's somewhere in the middle.
Mhm.
It's kind of older. They hook a pretty decent amount. Um, yeah, that's kind of all I can remember.
Yeah, I know we know from past notes that the right part of the lane plays pretty good. Whether or not it will this time, obviously to be determined.
Right.
But yeah, we know the pattern. We've been bowling on it a little bit here just to kind of get some reps and figure out a baseline of what's going on. Obviously, things will be a lot different there.
When do you guys
Yeah.
get that pattern? Is that like the first day of the week?
I think a week before.
Week before?
That yeah, yeah, a week before we travel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there, but I was
No,
curious
you're
about that.
fine. Yeah, I think it's the Wednesday or Thursday before. But yeah, so we've kind of gotten to get some reps in on that, just kind of get prepped for what we think we're going to be seeing, and then just go out there, try to have a good time. But yeah, older bowling alley. It'll be nice though. I think a lot of our team actually has experience in the center location. Yeah. So
Really?
yeah, not a bad thing.
Okay. And where's this bowling alley at? I've never
Lockport,
been,
Illinois.
so I got no idea.
It's like a Chicago suburb.
Yeah, I think it's like 45 minutes outside of Chicago.
Oh, okay.
I
so
don't know
you're pretty
which
close.
direction,
Interesting.
but yeah.
And then what are you most excited about heading into this one? Kayla, you're getting deep into the season now. Do you feel like your confidence is getting better and better, or is never really a problem to begin with?
No, I think it's gotten better, but also just being able to like go and compete with my team and like see the progress that we've made from
Mhm.
each tournament. I think that's really special, and just yeah, making sure we do what we need to do, and then figuring out what we need to work on for postseason.
And then, so Lockport, Illinois, and then Jonesboro, Arkansas. Those are the last ones. You said it before. It's gonna be back-to-back weekends. What are like crucial areas of improvement? Whether it's team or individual, like these two tournaments before you get to regionals that you really want to make sure you're locked down on.
I think for us, it's more just like those single pin spares and just making sure we're making them, especially in big matches, because I think pressure can really catch up in those moments. So we've done a lot of work on that over the last week or so. So I think we'll definitely be a lot better going into this tournament. But yeah, really just trying to execute and make good shots. I think just sticking to our process as we've done the whole year and not really getting in our heads about it becoming postseason or us getting closer. Just kind of embracing that moment, being grateful to be there.
What's the spare shooting look like right now? You said you want to be a little bit better than what it is, and that is something I hear you guys harp on before the season starts, into the season, and late into the season. So, how are we feeling about the spare shooting? You say want to be a little bit better, or does it feel like it's costing you some places at times, or not to that extent?
I think that we felt like not necessarily places, but matches, because place finish isn't always like a big thing in bowling. You really just want to win matches to
Okay.
have that good win percentage so that you're higher in the RPI. And I think we felt like we had a lot of close matches when we were in Arlington. Like we didn't, that was just for sure. And so a few of those matches really just came down to spare shooting and single pin spare specifically. And that's the reason why we harp on them so much, is because typically if you get down to it, it ends up being like, well, if I made all of them, like we could have done this or we could have done that. And so just making sure we're there. And same thing too, I think looking at our stats compared to other teams, we're doing really well from a pocket hits and strike percentage aspect, but we could be a little bit better on the spare side. So just trying to get a lot of reps in.
Okay. And then when it comes to like spare shooting or any of them, like is there certain stats that just are almost crucial if you're going to be the quote unquote best team in bowling at the end of the year? Like if you compare it to basketball. Like even if you go through, the NBA playoffs, you go to the pros, you're going to see a common analysis. Like these teams are all really good at defense. They're typically top 5. You'll get to the last 4 teams and most of them being the very best in defense. Bowling, is there stats like that indicate you need to excel if you're going to be part of the best of the best?
I want to say yes, but I don't know how to say yes because we could break it down stat by stat, obviously, but like
spare shooting is kind of because I wonder, you talked, it's an invite only. That's a category where, like you said, you run some of those better teams, they're close matches. They might be able to scrape away.
Is crucial,
mm-hmm.
and you know that you're going to need it. But hypothetically, let's say we go out and shoot 300.
Oh,
well, we didn't have to shoot a single spare.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So it's like the more you can strike, the less relevant spare shooting becomes. But with the nature and aspect of what college bowling is, you're always going to need to have spare shooting as a base.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can only shoot spares and you can't strike, that's not good enough.
I think that spare shooting is what gets you there.
Yeah, it's almost like they say like,
almost keeps you in the game, if you will. Like if the other team, like if. I guess the way I would look like if you're not getting spares, you're really taking yourself.
Yeah, but
out of it.
Yeah, like they almost say like the strikes look nice, but like the spares win matches.
Yeah.
And so like overall, that's kind of the case. Like because striking can be more smoke and mirrors and more week to week, where like you might have a really good look at one center on one pattern, but the next week you don't. So like you need to make sure you have that foundational base of spares.
Is it fair like compared to free throw shooting?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
At least single pins. Like multiple pins, you kind of get a little iffy there because they're not as easy to make.
Yeah, that's certainly true.
But single pins, like, yeah.
Okay. That's a good way to put it. Because, yeah, you can, especially in basketball, you see it all the time. You're not making your free throws. You'll let teams come back. I imagine bowling, you're not making your spare shots. Even if you're feeling good in the match, all of a sudden they start getting strikes. You're not getting spares. They start catching up. Was that, somewhat of the story down there in Arlington, Texas? Or what was kind of, you guys, it was an invite only. You placed 5th as long as you guys did bad out there. But what was the problems you were noticing?
I think it really came down to that spare shooting because I think we went through it. I think we were 8-5, and we could have won like at least 3 of those matches off spares alone, which would have put us at 11-2.
Okay,
which isn't bad at all, even if we still finish where we finished. So it's just kind of one of those things, making sure we're looking at that. I think it's hard, because it's easy to, like, if you leave more spares, you miss more. So sometimes you can look at it and be like, oh, I missed a lot of spares. And it's like, well, you actually just left more. Your percentage is the same. But the coaches did the calculation. Our percentage was definitely lower.
Okay.
So we at least know that for sure. And so that's why we've been focusing so much on them this week.
Absolutely. Well, like we said, at least it's not, in the regionals yet. You still got 2 locations to go ahead and figure that out. We got Lockport, Illinois, Flyer Classic, and then, like I said before, Midwinter Invitational in Jonesboro. And then before we know it, I forget. We got the Big Red Invitational now. That is officially on the schedule. And then you get an entire month of working for the most part, and then regionals April 4th. We'll talk some more Husker bowling here. We're up to our first break here. Spare time, Jillian Martin, Kayla Starr. Don't go anywhere.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fear's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fear's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fear's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table. Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln or their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe. Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Attention! For the entire month of February, Acres has John Deere packaged oil and filters for 15% off. John Deere engineers its oil filters specifically for large ag equipment and commercial and residential mowers. With premium materials, these filters meet the unique demands of your farm and acreage. Following a strict maintenance routine with premium John Deere oil and filters ensures your equipment will run efficiently for years. Visit your local Acres store to start shopping today.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Hey, bestie! Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget, with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henrys at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Back to Spare Time, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here are your hosts, Jillian Martin and Kayla Starr.
All right, welcome back in Spare Time. Jillian Martin, Kayla Starr, Husker Bowlers to my left. As always, you guys can always join in to the Starter Heyman text line or any of the streams. Segment number 2. And I just kind of want to ask you guys how school's going at this point. Late, is the workload getting a little bit worrisome, especially when it comes to regionals? I am curious how that works.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't taken any exams, so right now my grades are amazing.
Yeah, do you guys get slammed with exams? Like when you have to come back, or do you have to, say, you got exams that Friday, you're going to be gone. Do you have to take them early?
So here's the thing. So I have an OChem exam on Thursday, but I won't be here Thursday. So then usually they have you take the makeup exam, which is the following Thursday.
Oh, okay.
I won't be here that Thursday. So then what happens is the professor has to write a new exam just for me.
No. Oh, yeah. Because you can't
and
get
then
the
I
answers.
have to schedule a time to go take that exam. But then when we travel the week after and I'm only home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I have class all day Tuesday and class all day and plus practice on Wednesday, then it gets really hard to try to schedule an exam, and you've been traveling. So it's like, when was I supposed to study? But I also have a physics exam on Monday.
On top of that, your other classes aren't stopping.
Yeah.
So
and neither is the travel.
You got to be learning the new stuff, but you still got to take the exam from the past stuff.
Yeah.
That is brutal.
Yeah. And sometimes, with chem, I haven't really had that bad of an experience, but sometimes I feel like the professors low-key be making the exams harder because they're pissed that they have to write another one. I could be making it up in my head, but
I think I'd just... why do they have to... I'm confused. Why do they have to write another one? Why don't they just not give the... they can give the grades out but not show the answers until everybody's taken it? Why don't they just do that?
The issue is with chem, the way it works is people can easily tell you what's on the exam, so you can easily study the right thing.
Oh, okay.
So then, because it's a lot of different mechanisms and reactions, and so they
Right.
can just be study these reactions, or whatever.
Yeah, they give you a broad...
This is the solvents you're going to have to use. This is the mechanism you're going to have to write. This is what you're doing. So, and I think the teachers like to post the answer keys because like people want to know and they're releasing grades and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I know they write 2 for sure because they always write a regular and a makeup. But then there's the extra like, oh.
All right. I'm sure there's got to be a rational reason. There's no way
Oh,
they're
yeah.
just making an extra test for fun. So I
No.
believe all of that. Kayla, what about you? You ever have any unfortunate just time things happen with school yet this freshman
The
year?
first semester I haven't. Second semester it depends on the class. I have one online class where it's like, I think I take like lecture exams every like 2 days or something. Those are fine. But then I have to go and like schedule a time at the DLC to take a test, which they give us 5 days. So realistically, I'm probably okay. Um, Ad PR is the same way, but she doesn't really seem to care a whole lot. She's a student athlete, so
Mhm.
there's a little bit more leniency. There's another class where it's kind of like, oh well, you missed an exam, you got to drop it.
Really?
Yeah, and then if you miss 2, then you get penalized. I don't know. It's a whole thing. I just told our advisor we'd deal with it if the time came.
How does that work when you're setting up? Like, do you have like for me, like obviously I can go set up an advisor. I can just go sign up for the classes myself. When you're student athletes, do they have somebody like making sure you don't mess it up?
They have people to do it for you.
Okay. I figured like
Yeah.
they kind of have to because you're going to be gone a lot.
Yeah. So they're just like, "Do you want me to do it?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, please." So you just talk to them. You're like, "These are the classes I'm planning on taking." Then, um, our advisor will just pull them up on a computer. She'll be like, "Okay, like looks good," or like, "Looks like this might be a tough day, but like I get why you did it," or this or that, and then we'll basically figure out the best option, and then she'll just schedule for us.
The nice thing is like she's had so many other student athletes too. Is like she'll be like, "Oh yeah, I've had people take this class with this professor. They're great."
Mhm.
Or like, "Oh, I've had people take this class with that professor. Like, I'm not letting you take it."
They usually know too, like what professors are more or less lenient,
Yeah.
like with
Mm.
student athletes and stuff like that. Cause like,
Which is very good to know.
yeah, I took a class last semester and the recitations, they only offered it on Thursdays. And we would do like something for a grade every Thursday, but we traveled 4 times. And so I went specifically to talk to the professor and I was like, oh, like I can make up the work. I can do it like in a separate time with like a tutor in athletics. I can do it like at your resource center. Like I can do it wherever you need me to.
Mhm.
And the professor was basically like, well, look, like I can fail you if I want to. And he's like, but I think I'll make an exception this once, but I don't like it. We'll figure it out. And I was like, okay. Whereas like now, like I'm in another forensics class where we have lab on Friday. And so I'm gonna have to miss multiple labs. And like obviously the professor's kinda like, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
He's basically like, I don't care, it's fine, we'll figure it out. Like no matter what happens, we'll figure it out. Whereas the other class, I'd like the whole time I was like, and I'm like, what happens? Like if I wake up and I have the stomach flu on another Thursday, so now I have to miss 5 Thursdays. Are you just gonna fail me?
Yeah, that's where it's tough because like I do sometimes get the teachers
Yeah.
like that's brutal. And like sometimes I'd imagine there's a teacher where it's like I don't know what advisor thought this was gonna work, but this one's like
Yeah.
really tough and especially if you're doing things like labs
Yeah.
to recreate that for one student, like it'd be tough to do. So like certainly both sides, but I'm always super curious about it. What they say, like double major, your advisor. You're like, you know what, I can fit this in. Whether they like go for it or they're really like, this is gonna be hard. You can definitely do it though.
My advisor didn't care. Cause okay, so when I figured out the difference between like forensic science and biological sciences, it's just like 10 credits. Like 4 of them are an ecology class, and then there's like an extra diversity class requirement and an
Mhm.
extra humanities class. Which like the diversity and humanities aren't really that hard. I can take them over the summer.
Yeah.
So realistically, it was like an extra 4 hours, and I was just like, okay, I'll do it. And so I was gonna stay for 4.5 years, but I was like, I'll just stay till 5 and make my last semester like really easy. So she didn't care. I think her biggest concern was I think they've had issues with student athletes pushing classes 5 years or like
That makes sense.
adding majors because they're like, "Oh, I don't wanna go out in the real world." And so she was like, "If we felt that way, like, we might be a little more skeptical, but, like, I think it's fine." And I was like, "Okay." So but she wasn't that concerned.
That's a good point. That makes a lot of sense too.
Yeah.
I can see how I'm a student athlete, like especially if you're gonna get paid, it's like, yeah, why wouldn't I get another degree?
Yeah.
Avoid the real world. But if you're in the university, you can't have everybody doing that. The goal is to get people an education as quickly as possible. And if they can play sports in the meantime, fantastic. Kayla, what about you? What's your goal in terms of how you want to do your classes at the university? Do you want to get to a point like senior year, you're just bowling? Or do you want to, just evenly distribute, just chip along?
Well, our advisor likes to do this thing where we take more classes in the fall than we do the spring because our spring semester is heavier. But what I did was I already had a credit coming in, and then I took one class this summer while I was here. And then I took 15 credits in the fall. I took 3 credits over like winter break, and then I only have to take 9 now. So I think that's going to be the plan going forward.
And then you're not from Lincoln, right?
No.
So what's it felt like? Do you not mind like being here in the summer, or how long does that class cycle last?
I think I was here for like 4 or 5 weeks, and it was good because I came early, so I just like kind of got to like feel around. I could practice every day and like get better, but then I didn't have the pressure of like, oh, I have to go to 2 classes today too. Like I can just go and work out and do a little homework and then bowl and do whatever I want the rest of the day. So it's kind of nice because it's like I'm still able to be productive, but like I'm not overworked. Like I was still able to rest.
Yeah, those summer classes are nice too. So
Yeah.
usually way smaller.
I took
and-
like a comm class. It wasn't hard.
What about you, Sarah? Or not Sarah? Jillian, you ever take those summer classes, or what are you? You just you take. You seem like someone who take advantage of it.
Yeah, I think the other thing about summer classes is I found out that there's a lot of classes that they only offer in person during the year, but then they offer them online during the summer, and they're so much easier online.
I can see that.
So it's like really maximizing on like, okay, well if you're gonna make it hard during the year, then I'm gonna take your summer class.
So you can take the summer class and go home.
Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing though. Like sometimes I question because like I had a bunch of credits coming in. I've taken summer classes like every summer.
Mm-hmm.
And I've taken like 15 credits every semester. Like I have enough credits to graduate. But I don't know.
Still here.
Yeah, I don't have the right credits, I guess.
Yeah,
But like if they had like you just need 120 credits. I think I have like 120, 130. So
Did you always like when you're doing this? Is it because you changed your majors? Right? Is that what happened, or I can't remember?
yeah, it's partially that the forensics track has so many specified classes.
Yes.
And then the other part is there's so many hard science classes. Like I'm in 3 labs this semester.
I don't know. That's again why I kind of always, even if it sounds boring, that's cool. I'm always amazed by the traveling, the practice, and then being in 2 majors and doing all these labs. And there are physics and chemistry labs. It's not me going to say journalism class, which you need to focus and stuff on. But I'm not going to compare it to the same difficulty as like chemistry.
Yeah, but like with that, it's like hard because my forensic class wouldn't be as hard as like a microbio class. So it's like trying to space it out right. So I'm not taking like OChem, microbio, and like something else crazy like anatomy. So like trying to space it out properly, I think that's why it takes longer, especially in the science majors, because you can't stack as many classes because it just gets impossible.
When you guys aren't doing school, like what do you guys do for fun? Like when it's actually nice out. We've had some 50-degree days. Do you guys just I know we've talked about this before, but it was crappy weather before. Now it's actually nice out. Have you guys done anything like just fun and to go enjoy yourselves while you had that break over the weekend?
We hung out. We hung out as a team.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant outside.
I was talking outside, some vitamin D, but
This team doesn't really go outside. I feel
Most
like.
of us are low in vitamin D, actually. Fun fact.
I'm not judging. I'm about to fade away here. I'm pale too. So.
No, like they tested us at the beginning of the year and we're all like, But anyway, I feel like 50 degrees is still too cold.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice. I remember like Sunday morning, I was walking into the suites and I was like, oh wow, it's kind of warm out. But then I didn't really have the urgency to go back outside. I was just like, oh, that's nice. I can turn the air down in the room.
We thought about having everyone come over to our pool at one point, but we never did it. So,
You
I mean,
have a
maybe
pool?
we'll do
The
that.
pool? No way. The pool would be open. Is it a heated pool?
Not like that was earlier when it was sunny. Like when it was,
I
yeah.
was gonna
not
say,
right
I was
now.
like, man, they're
But
crazy.
like when it does open, would highly ponder that.
You have a pool?
Yeah.
Should have lived there next year.
You could have been tanning this whole time.
I am.
What's your favorite thing to do in Lincoln then? It doesn't have to be outside. Like when you guys are just having fun. You guys ever go to the arcade, place fishing? Lincoln,
We
got some
did
opportunities.
an escape room with the entire team last year. We did a 12-person escape room.
With the last year, so Kayla wasn't there then, right?
She wasn't.
Okay.
No, but that was great. We had all 10 of us, and then 2 other girls had their boyfriends there. And we did an escape room, all 12 of us in the same room. It was wild.
Escape rooms.
And so
drive me nuts.
we want to bring you guys too. We want to do it again this year. So, yeah.
How'd you guys beat it? You guys like do it really tactfully, or you just start flipping rocks over?
We kind of just started flipping rocks over, and then we kind of split into groups in like different parts because it was like multiple like rooms. So like we
Yeah.
kind of had to, because you're fitting 12 people in there. And then we had some people who were scared because it was technically like a horror theme. So then they were just kind of cowering in the corner. And we just made it work. We got out.
Wild.
It was fun.
No,
Like,
I bet
because
it
we've talked about
was.
it. We said we should run it back with the escape room.
Have you done an escape room, Kayla?
Like maybe like 8 years ago, so a while ago, and I wasn't much help.
Depending on how April goes, maybe we'll do a rage room.
See, that one sounds fun.
Oh, our team's
Hopefully
talked
not.
about a rage room.
I've talked about it a lot because I love rage rooms.
I think they look cool. I'd be down.
I don't feel like we can do it in season because God forbid someone gets broken glass somewhere.
Yeah.
That's the one where you have to sign some papers, right?
Yeah, but they give you like full
Gloves
suit,
and
gloves, suit, hat, eyes, all the works.
Other than that, I feel like our team just like goes downtown maybe.
Yeah, I think we just like to hang out together. I mean, really, it's that. I mean, we've talked about it plenty of times. Like the amount of time that we spend eating together at training table and just hanging
absurd.
out. Like I think if anything, that's probably the number one. I feel like though our team, like a lot of our personalities, is like we just rather cuddle up on the couch and watch a movie, like with a nice warm blanket. And so, like if anything, like we'll just have people over and just have like a movie night or like stuff like that. So.
Okay. Then final thing I got, and we'll throw it to our final break here. What's the favorite movie for the bowling team that you guys can actually agree on, or is it a fight every time you try to pick a movie?
I don't think
we watched, because I remember we always watched whatever Need for Speed for whatever reason for football trips.
I don't think we have
our team. Like some people like horror movies.
Oh, that is true though too. We actually will go to the movie theater.
Oh, see, yeah, that's a thing.
That is a thing.
That's
we
a fun
do that. Yeah. Usually, if we go as a team, though, we go to horror movies. It's kind of wild.
Are you guys big horror movie fans?
No. I actually do, only when I'm in groups. So that's part of why. But I don't know why. We'll never go to like a sentimental movie. Well, we went to
our
one.
team would cry.
Well, not even that, but just like a normal movie. But yeah, it's okay.
Okay. We can wrap up on that then. I was curious. So no, there's no favorite movie though.
No.
For the team.
Not really.
Okay, best movie you saw last time in theaters. You lying about going to the movie theater? Or
No, I'm not.
I
Like,
know.
we saw. Oh, actually, best team movie we watched. We watched Winnie the Pooh, Blood and.
I
She
actually
wasn't
saw
there.
that movie. It's horrible.
Alexis and we went to the theater specifically to go watch it, and they're like, "Yeah, we stopped playing that, so we bought it to watch it." Iconic.
It is such a bad movie. Kayla, you didn't see it?
What movie did we see earlier this year?
I didn't go, but y'all saw Smile. Was it
Oh yeah, we
Smile?
saw Smile
Yeah,
too.
that one's good. You
Yeah.
watch that one. Definitely don't. Winnie the Pooh movie.
Have you
can
seen
throw
Megan?
that off the table? Huh?
Megan.
Oh,
No, I haven't. I haven't watched spooky movies.
They just announced
for a
Megan
reason.
too.
with Chapel.
Yeah.
Roan.
Chapel Roan's music was
I'll put it on the list.
trailer. Yeah.
With that being said, we'll throw it to break here. We got one more segment. Spare time. Jillian Martin, Kayla Starr. Don't go anywhere.
February is American Heart Month, and with heart disease as the #1 leading cause of death in Nebraska, now is the best time to start thinking about your health. Maintaining a healthy blood pressure is one of the best ways to avoid heart disease, and the blood pressure screening is fast, easy, and can be free. The best way to get screened is at your yearly wellness visit with your doctor. For more information and ways to get a blood pressure screening, search Chronic Disease Nebraska. Paid for by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Attention Nebraska sports fans! Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join us and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard, guard the good life.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex at West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to hear their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
You're listening to Spare Time, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here are your hosts, Jillian Martin and Kayla Starr.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment, Spare Time. Jillian Martin, Kayla Starr. As always, a couple bowlers to my left. On this final segment here, switching things up as we always do on the final and third segment, we're going to talk Grammys. I didn't watch them, I'll be honest. So you guys can educate me. I believe you had some topics too, whether it's fashion or even some of the really bizarre fashion choices that we won't talk about on there. But in particular, a couple. But nonetheless, I'll let you guys take it away here.
All right, what was your fave?
Taylor. I just think I have to. Like,
you basically just said it was basic, like 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I liked it. It wasn't it wasn't too much, like, because there's some that just doesn't look good.
I get what you're saying. I'm like that too.
Yeah,
like
simplicity is nice.
And like the little T, like that was cute. I like the earrings, ruby red. Overall
Her
good.
rubies were nice.
It matched the red lip that she always has. Her hair was good. It wasn't anything crazy. Very simple. I liked it.
Enjoyed the ones though, like Sabrina and Benson, that were wearing different outfits, and then when they got to perform, they like totally just changed.
I didn't watch all the Grammys. I only watched.
Oh
a little
no!
bit.
Oh yeah. Benson had someone rip off his suit.
I saw that on TikTok.
His fit was a little tight though, but it worked. And then Sabrina
I
had
liked her gold.
Yeah, no, but then before her performance, she was wearing like not a tux, but like a bodysuit that was almost like a tuxedo, and then like she took it off, and then she was in like this blue bodysuit, and that's what she performed in. So,
I just like I thought the gold looked good with her hair.
Yeah,
like it matched
You're
her.
right.
Like it matched her vibe. Like that's very Sabrina. If I looked at it, I'd be like, yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
My third was Olivia Rodrigo. It was just like
I didn't see her.
It was not simple, but it was like it's just a black dress. It wasn't like I went with the simple ones though this year. I know
Yeah.
Haley said she liked Chapel's outfit.
Chapel's outfit's 8. Okay, well, hold on. I really liked Chapel's outfit when she was performing. Her outfit going in was also cute. Her long hat, like, I get her theme, but I was
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like, what is happening?
Except for when it fell off.
That was funny.
Yeah.
And then she dropped her notebook.
Yeah.
Chapel's speech 8, though, I will say. Who else? Have you the glam bots though too?
Yeah, Taylor's glam bot was great.
Glam bot 8. What did I just say?
Yeah,
Taylor's glam bot 8.
Yeah. Do you see Chris Olsen's?
No, I didn't. I saw him posting
He,
about
like,
him
post-
waiting in line.
Yeah, and then he posted about how like his are always bad, and so he practiced this year. I think I saw this.
Someone did a flip in the glam bot, but
Yeah,
he
but he
didn't
didn't
land
land
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Chapel's was kind of cute, but it wasn't as good as Taylor's. It was too much like Taylor's. Do you know
I-
Haley? Like the Haley, I don't know. She like does Instagram stuff. Hers was good.
Okay. I want to see like Olivia Rodrigo or like Sabrina's. I don't even know if they
Yeah.
had them, but I would assume they
I
did.
feel like they should.
I'll go look it up later.
Who goes to the Grammys and doesn't get a glam bot?
I would get a glam bot.
What is
They
that?
should
You guys
have-
keep saying that.
It's like a
This camera basically is
fine.
behind you and it like shoots out really fast, but it records in slow motion. So like
Yeah.
all these artists like do these things. They'll like flip their hair or like they'll like look over and then make eye contact with the camera. Or one guy did like a whole flip. Like there's just different stuff.
Oh,
How
okay.
it
it's a
records.
machine.
Yeah,
Interesting. Did not know
Yeah.
what that was.
it's like a whole machine and it
Oh,
just shoots a camera.
How expensive is that?
Oh, it's gotta be crazy.
That's gotta be
expensive.
stupid
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
But they all look cool.
I'm
Yeah.
sure. It'd just be okay. Each their own. If that's what you want to do, spread your social media. Any terrible ones? You're like, that's not it.
I know Chris Olsen said his was bad. I didn't really think it was bad though. It's just kind of like he's just like,
I don't think they're bad. I just think they're boring.
yeah,
Like, no offense, if you have all that money and like you're going to this event, like, and you're gonna have designers design your outfit, why are you having like some bougie designer design you like a normal suit? Like, what are we doing?
That I can actually. I was gonna go against you, but if you're gonna spend money on like a designer,
Yeah.
you're gonna tell this guy just give me a black and white suit.
Yeah, that's
you
what
just
I'm
spent
saying.
how much money on this guy? Just go to. You can literally go to Kohl's and just go get that stuff.
Exactly. And like I get like, oh, they're fitted better or whatever. Like, yeah, that's true. But
Well, you can
it's
just go
like,
get it tailored at. You know,
Yeah.
walk-in shops will tailor it for you. You don't need to get a designer.
Same thing.
That's
Like,
it.
I'd
I'm with
rather
you
have
on
it be extravagant. I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's
You
just
know-
kind of cool.
Who look good? Kelsey Ballerini and Chase Stokes.
Didn't see them.
They were like coordinated, I think. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure they were. I just remember he was like following her around holding like the train of her dress, and I thought it was cute.
Also, I do think Doshi and her performance, her look kind of ate a little bit.
So do you guys
I don't think
watch
I saw
to
that.
like see who wins awards, or do you guys watch for like the I don't know, the fashion out, the allure? Because I've never been super into it, but there is a poll. Is it the fashion? What is it?
Honestly, I wasn't watching, and then I realized that Chapel was performing, and then I turned it on and watched the rest.
Oh, okay, so for you is the performance.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw like the videos from the red carpet on TikTok, and then I was like, oh, let me turn it on while I do homework. And then I left, and then I came back, and it was still on, and so I just kind of watched it. But I wanted to watch Taylor win a Grammy, but
Did she?
No.
Taylor Swift or?
Yeah.
Oh,
She
you're a
did.
Taylor Swift fan?
Mhm.
Chiefs fan?
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark fan?
Yeah.
All right. I can't be mad at all those. They're all pretty damn successful. So it's kind of hard to make an argument. With that being said, we will go ahead and get out of here. As always, appreciate that's Jillian Martin, Kayla Starr, a couple of Husker Bowlers. You guys can always go back, rewatch on YouTube, or get any of the old podcasts. We got Chance of Brewington. What's up with Chance of Brewington? It's back on Ticket Weeknights. Don't go anywhere.